Why Islam feels like home to Americans. There is a quiet question many Americans carry but rarely say out loud. Why do I have everything yet still feel empty? A good job, freedom, comfort, choices, and yet a restlessness that refuses to leave. For many, the answer does not come from more success or louder entertainment. It comes unexpectedly. It comes through Islam, not through force, not through pressure, but through familiarity, a feeling that says, I have been here before. The search beneath the surface, America teaches independence. Be your own person. Define your own truth. Create your own meaning. But the human heart was never designed to carry the weight of being its own God. Many Americans grow up surrounded by noise but starved of stillness. They move from belief to belief, trend to trend, relationship to relationship, hoping something finally feels solid. When they encounter Islam, something surprising happens. It does not feel foreign, it feels grounded. Islam does not ask you to invent yourself, it reminds you of who you already are. Structure that brings peace. One of the first things Americans notice about Islam is structure. 5 daily prayers, clear boundaries, defined acts of worship, a rhythm to life. At first, this feels restrictive, but soon it feels relieving. In a culture overwhelmed by endless choices, Islam offers clarity. You wake up knowing what matters. You sleep knowing you answer to something higher than your desires. Structure becomes mercy. Discipline becomes freedom. For many Americans, this is the first time life stops feeling chaotic and starts feeling intentional. A faith that speaks to the mind. Islam does not demand blind belief. It invites reflection. Questions are not punished. They are welcomed. Why do we exist? Why does suffering exist? Why does morality matter? Islam answers without fear and without apology. For Americans raised in an environment where religion often felt emotional but intellectually thin, Islam feels different. It respects the mind. It challenges the intellect. It connects belief to reason. Faith stops feeling like denial and starts feeling like understanding. Community without performance. Another reason Islam feels like home is community. In many spaces, Americans feel pressure to perform, to appear successful, to appear happy, to appear perfect. The mosque is different. People stand shoulder to shoulder, no titles, no social status, no importance except humility. A billionaire and a janitor bow their heads the same way. This is not symbolism, it is lived equality. For those tired of comparison and competition, this simplicity feels like rest. Masculinity with purpose. In America, masculinity is often confused, either aggressive or absent, dominating or disengaged. Islam offers something balanced, strength with responsibility, leadership with humility, discipline with compassion. Men are not told to suppress their nature. They are taught to refine it. Many American men find in Islam a clear definition of purpose: to protect, to provide, to serve, to answer to God before ego. For the first time, manhood feels meaningful rather than performative. A relationship with God that is direct. One of the most powerful moments for many Americans is realizing this simple truth. There is no middleman, no confession booth, no inherited guilt, no blood sacrifice, just you and God. You speak directly, you ask directly, you repent directly. This personal relationship feels intimate and empowering. You are responsible for your choices, but you are never abandoned. Mercy is always closer than despair. For a society struggling with shame and isolation, this nearness feels healing. Islam explains the pain of the world. Many Americans wrestle with a deep question. If God exists, why is the world broken? Islam does not deny suffering. It explains it. Life is a test, not a reward. Pain is not proof of abandonment. It is often a path to growth. This perspective changes everything. Hardship becomes meaningful. Patience becomes powerful. Hope becomes logical. For people who have experienced loss, trauma, or injustice, Islam does not offer false optimism. It offers purpose. Coming home without losing yourself. Perhaps the most beautiful part of Islam for Americans is this. You do not have to erase your identity. You do not stop being American. You do not stop being thoughtful. You do not stop being curious. Islam does not replace you. It completes you. It gives your values roots. It gives your freedom direction. It gives your soul language. That is why so many say the same words after embracing Islam. It feels like coming home, not to a place, but to truth, not to a culture, but to meaning, not to rules, but to peace.